Welcome back, folks. We are here again to play FTL. Where we last left off, we have just finished our run in the Nebula, I do believe, and we have just destroyed our very first ship. Well, enemy ship. It was a pirate, weapons pirate, I believe. So, we double checked, make sure everyone's healthy, everyone's good to go. Off we go. Oh, I was wrong. We still have one more stop in the Nebula. Alrighty. You jump in the middle of a plasma storm. Sorry, I thought it was an ion storm. Oops. Multiple recently incapacitated ships loom in the shadows, briefly illuminated by the lightning. Now we can either manually search the wreckage for survivors and equipment, or avoid the risk and wait to jump away unscathed. We're still fairly full health, although we have no power to our shields, and I can't change any of that. So we're gonna search. You know, nothing lost, nothing gained. Holy crap, baskets. I swear to God, this is the luckiest run I've ever had. Most of the debris is hardly ever even usable as scrap. However, you eventually find an intact weapon that can be mounted on your ship. Okay, folks. So if I remember correctly, the halberd beam takes up a lot of weapon power, but it deals like 4 damage for every room that it hits or something like that. I mean, it is insane damage. Plus, that is a nice bit of scrap too. So let's take a look at that actually. See how the ion storm cuts your power in half actually. So that means you have to choose which stuff to... Okay, so the halberd beam is actually 3. Okay, so I was wrong. It's 3 energy and it's 2 damage, but I think it's actually a long range kind of deal. So right now what we have is 3 slots for weapons. Now if we went up against something that didn't have a shield, then yeah, we could probably actually use that. But because we don't have any... But because beams don't take out shields, we're probably going to stick with the burst laser and Artemis combo for now. Let's take a look at our ship, see what kind of upgrades we can get. We can actually try to get weapon control. By doing so, that will actually net us enough power so that way we use the Artemis with the halberd beam, use the Artemis to take out their shields, and then use the halberd beam to finally finish them off. I don't like that idea. If we take a look over to the right, how much is going to cost for the power? You know, so right now off the bat, 35. It's the most expensive, and that's going to get us 1 block. Nah, you know, and like I said, that would be the Artemis halberd combo. Or we end up paying a total of 85 because yeah, that's 35. Then there's 50 more that we'd have to pay for to get a second block, and from there we can have the burst laser Mark II, which will take out 3 shields assuming all 3 hit, and then have the halberd beam just come through and blast everything to bits. So that's going to be our goal, is to get up to 85 scrap, and we can blast them away. Because we can just take power out of our engines actually, and throw them into weapons, so we can actually hold off on power bars. Because the engines will only be good when the enemy is ready to attack us. So we can actually make quite a bit. You know, we can make the power work. You know, less power work. But let me just double check that. Yeah, slow but reliably powerful standard beam weapon. Whew. It does take 17 seconds. For every shield bar has beams damage. Okay, so for every shield bar on the enemy, a beam's damage is reduced by 1. For example, a 3 damage beam against 2 shield bars will cause 1 damage in every room it hits. Okay, so I was wrong about that. However, it's still able to go through 1 shield, you know, 1 shield ships, which is still pretty good. So that can cause a maximum of 3 damage on a 1 shield ship, possibly. I could be wrong. I need to check the range. But the burst laser Mark II will do 3 damage on unshielded. So on an unshielded, the halberd beam's definitely going to be better. the thing is with the Burst Laser Mark II, it has a much quicker load time, so you can fire it faster. A small platform orbits near this beacon. It looks like a fueling station of some sort, and is cheerfully broadcasting reasonable prices in a spectrum of frequencies and languages. Dock with the refueling platform, or ignore the refueling platform. Now when it comes to fuel, we have quite a bit of fuel. I have a bad feeling that if we board, something bad's going to happen. So we're actually going to ignore the refueling platform. Yeah, I just said nothing lost, nothing gained, or whatever, something like that. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That's the phrase. And look right here. Here is a perfect example of a unshielded ship. A rebel autonomous scout is exploring this beacon. You attempt to hide behind a nearby moon, but the ship finds you and begins its assault. So I'm going to pause it, and yeah, you can actually pause it when it says that. You can tell because it screen turned dark. Now, just for grins and giggles, we're going to equip the halberd beam and see how much damage we can actually do. Now, it matters for each room, so if I can get it, if I'm good enough, I can actually get it to do 8 damage, when really I only needed to do 6 damage. So I only need to go through 3 rooms. So, let's see if I can actually do this. Oh, I can actually get to go through 4 rooms, because each room that had a yellow box was going to be a room that was going to get damaged. So, for grins and giggles, I want to do that. And that will kill his ship because it only has 5 bars. And no shields. So with that, I'll then take a power out of our med bay because we don't need that at all. Throw it into our shields, get that up, and watch it all fly. Now they have a laser and a beam, so if everything fires off at the same time, yep, we're gonna take some damage. And once our shield is up, we're actually gonna send Noct over to help repair the... There we go. We're gonna send Noct over here, and we're gonna send Savvy over there as well. Because we just lost our ability to fire that beam. Send everyone back. Yeah. Still want to go with the beam because we can kill it in one shot then. Yeah. Yes, we got our shield back up in time. So they are currently on auto fire, which is bad for them, good for us, because now they're out of sync. And there it goes. But that first shot they had was enough in sync. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. Not really. No, it's decent, I guess. So, if we come by a store, we're going to want to repair probably shortly. So we're going to jump again. Now we're going to jump to the quest, because I got a bad feeling we won't have too much longer after this. You find the missing cargo ship docked to an empty space station. However, their hold appears to be empty, and there are no obvious signs that anyone is inside the ship or station. Everything looks abandoned. We can either move in or we can stay near the beacon. Screw it, let's move in. We might find something. Oh, you dock with the station to take a look inside. However, no sooner do you open the airlock than pirates burst in. Meanwhile, multiple warning signals go off on the bridge. The pirates have activated a remote planetary defense system and it's locking onto your ship. Oh shit. So, we need the FTL drive up immediately, which means I'm going to send Noct over here, and then Savvy... Actually, no, I'm going to keep everyone there. I'm actually going to open up all doors and close off the ones that keep my people safe. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. So I'm actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep Savvy there. I don't need any power to my weapons, but that doesn't matter anyway. I'm just gonna reopen up everything, and I'm gonna send these 3 to the med bay. I don't need weapons, so I can power the med bay. Then close that. Except I'm gonna send Noct over here, and Shannon's gonna stay in the room. Hopefully, and I'm also going to turn off the oxygen, so that way they start suffocating even faster. And so my guys are actually healing while they're dying. There we go. Oh, just in time too. Now we can get the hell out of Dodge. If I do that, that will put us in warning rebel territory. So I'm actually going to hit this one first. Alright. Oh boy. An advanced rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small rebel space station. Sensors indicate it's a storage vessel for military goods. Attack the automated ship to get to the storage cache, or to avoid provoking the ship. Okay, now this symbol right here, I happen to know off the bat, means it has a mind control, which can be actually very, very bad for us. And it's put power to that instead of power to the weapons. I'm going to avoid provoking the ship, because I do not want a Mantis running around killing everyone when I don't have a clone bay, which is the alternative to having a med bay. So, avoid provoking the ship. Oop, pause, close that, open that up, power to the oxygen, and I'm just going to remove the shields really. No, I'm going to keep the shields. No point. Just in case. I like having everything filled. So, slowly but surely, everyone's getting back to full health, and everyone's going back to their positions. And we're just going to keep all the doors open until oxygen is at 100%. As you can see right here, right now is at 35. So, pretty low. You know what? We're not really going to experience any oxygen loss anytime soon. So I'll close the doors. And that doesn't even affect the oxygen rate, so I thought it would. So we're going to jump now. Yeah, that was probably a good call on my part. So, go to this place. Where are we now? Scans reveal a large asteroid field nearby. Short-range scanners may discover useful materials while we wait for the FTL to recharge. Explore the asteroid field, or too dangerous. We'll just wait for the FTL to charge. I'll be honest, I'll probably take damage. I probably need like level 2 shields in order to even explore the asteroid field. So usually I actually am not so much of a chicken, but I'm going to play it safe this time. You find a rebel combat ship that has been reassigned as an emergency supply vessel. The local civilians are apparently in need of help, and the rebels are rising to the occasion. So we can either attack the rebels, wait and steal the supplies from civilians, or leave them be. I'm going to attack the rebels. They are our enemy. Yeah, dick move, but oh well. That's the game. Okay, they have a missile, and that... I'm not sure what kind of gun that is. Can't remember. I think it fires a couple of strong shots. So, for right now, burst laser will do 2 each time versus... Well, let's take that off, put that on. Let's see. And I'm just going to take autofire off. So... right there is 4 damage, which is more damage than I would ever be able to do with the Burst Laser Mark II. But, is there a better way than these 4 rooms? Is it possible to get 5? unfortunately, I don't think there is. 4 damage is still pretty good, though. So we're just gonna have to pray and hope that we dodge the missile that they fire, and that our stuff charges first. Fingers crossed. Yep. Okay. Well, that's not that big of a deal. It's gonna be their missiles that are gonna be what we're worried about most. The missiles will pierce our shields regardless. So right there, I just took out, the laser. So, and he missed. So, I'm actually, oh shoot, I probably should have left that on auto fire. There we go. Killed it. 2 shots. It's a very powerful thing. So, with the rebel ship destroyed, you take the time to collect what little scrap remains. They had already made the delivery to the civilians. Screw it, more for us. You make the colonists teleport the supplies to your ship. It's nothing more than building construction supplies. Oh well, scrap is scrap. True, because we're working. We finally did it. We hit 85. So now we can go to ship. Pay for that. Pay for that. Booyah. So if we're really careful now, I'm not going to take points out of shield. I'm going to do it out of the engines instead. Because with the engines, we can actually... Without engines, though, we won't be able to charge our FTL drive. But chances are we're just going to fight through everything regardless. So we're going to jump now. We got to jump to the exit now. Alrighty, what do we have here? Oh, shoot. You have arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. Oh, lame. Oh, you find a small space station that appears to be abandoned. Moving to examine the station. Crap, again? That's it, I'm done looking at that stuff. No more space stations for me. I'm sorry, folks. So we want to charge that up as soon as possible. We want to take off the halberd beam because we're going to need that. We want to take that off. And pause. Good news is that those are NGs. So I'm going to send Crypt over here to fight. They won't be able to. 2 NGs against a human and a mantis. Yeah, that's nothing. That's child's play. And we're good to jump. So we're just going to jump to the next sector. We can go to NG controlled or rebel controlled. Now I assume the rebel controlled we're going to be fighting a whole lot more. And down here is just a whole bunch of hostiles. That's nebulas, which are pretty much neutral, and then we have greens, which are, better for us. Let's just take the nice easy route. So we're gonna go with engine controlled. Got out of there, so that way we don't get killed by that. You've arrived in NG space. The mantis have been threatening the NG core worlds, but you should be able to stock up for your journey. Continue. Now we're still fighting off an NG intruder, so we're gonna send these guys to the med bay. Turn the oxygen back on. Get everyone healed up. And then send everyone back. Now let's just check our... Okay, so yeah. No one really has much of anything right now. Okay, we're going to take off the med bay, stick on the beam, and jump. We have nothing to sell or anything. So that's our exit. We have no nebula. So we hit bottom, up. So yeah, we're going to do that. Crap baskets. Asteroid fields suck. Alright, so what an asteroid field does, you are constantly being damaged by asteroids, but so is the enemy. A pirate ship was laying in wait inside this asteroid field. It immediately moves into attack. So we're going to turn, fight it, we have no choice. So that's fun. We're just going to take off the halberd beam for this. That energy shield needs to be taken out immediately. I don't think we can actually damage it with the halberd beam. I'm not entirely sure. So we're actually going to use the burst laser instead. Just for shits and giggles. And you know what? I'm going to remove that. I'm going to put a neon mist too. So the first laser we're going to want on auto fire. We're just going to fire that at. We're going to fire that at their weapons first. We're just going to keep firing that off. Now we're going to turn auto fire off. Now one. And then we're going to fire that at their shields. But not yet. Yeah, see, the asteroid will get rid of it. That's an ion stunner. So what that does, it will make one power unavailable for us to use, and if someone's in that room, they will be stunned, unable to do anything. So, come on, charge. Alright. Shit, we got hit. Alright, we're fine. We'll be fine. Just need to charge that up one more time. And we should be able to break. Yep, we broke through their energy shield. So yeah, here's the ion stunner. Got our got our shields. So I'm actually gonna use this now to take out their shields, so that way they will most likely suffer more damage from the asteroids. Booyah, nailed it. And then, should we accept their surrender? Yeah, kiss my ass. Gotta kill us in an asteroid. No. They're dead to rights. We got them. Come on. There we go. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. So yeah, good call on our part. So that's a lot of scrap that we're going to need to repair our ship. So now we just need to get through here. Okay. And wait for that. Yep, here we go. Jump. On this. Let's hope this one's a little bit nicer. As soon as you jump into the system, you receive a hail from a nearby civilian NG vessel. Their captain appears on your screen. Strange bug. Can you assist in debugging? No. Oh, actually, yes. We're going to listen to their problem. Okay. Found malfunctioning mantis. Believes it is human. Will receive input only from human. Danger evaluation extremely high. Provide assistance. So we can either send our mantis or we can send our human crew. Unfortunately, I'm cheating. I've played this game before, and I know that if you send your mantis, it will actually think it's under attack by a mantis, because if it thinks it's human. So we're actually going to send our human crew. The mantis is grateful to see another human and introduces himself as Robert Smith. He explained he's from a nearby human colony and would appreciate being returned there. So we're going to return him home. The colony is a mining operation that specializes in FTL fuel. Score, we needed more. Robert's family, the head engineers, are excited to see him and are very grateful for his return. Apparently, he ran away to join the Federation, like his older brother, but was never accepted onto a ship. So, you know what? Screw it. We're going to offer him a position on our ship. So, sweet. We get another crew member. And I know it's another mantis, but still, that's someone else we can have fighting for us. Someone else who is going to be one tough son of a gun. Actually, I'm curious. What happens if I send 2 people in there? Nope, it won't up the level one more. Alright, so I'm going to send Noct back into here because he has a faster time. And I'm actually going to send Smith, which we need to rename Smith. So, let's go back. Crew. Robert Smith. You know what? I'm going to name him Cam after my cousin who happens to be visiting at the present moment. He's actually he's a wrestler, so going into high school, so that's actually pretty cool. And little guy, but man, he's freaking strong. Apparently he deadlifts 400, and you know what? I would believe it. Pick me up, I'm 200 pounds like it was nothing. And no, he had some trouble, but that's because of size. You know, when it comes to lifting things, it's about grip sometimes, not all about strength. Alright, So that's gonna be it for this video, folks. I will see you next time. If you like the video, give me a like. If you don't like the video, give me a dislike. But better yet, leave a comment. I'm looking for feedback. I always want to be able to improve. Just a little disclaimer, I'm doing this all on a freaking laptop with free software. Well, except for the game, of course. The game is the game I paid for, and I got the advanced edition. So, bonus content. Booyah. Laters.